Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn demographic structure of the Indian society, chapter 2, and today's topic is common concepts and indicators. These common concepts and the indicators are related to this demographic structure. So as you know that demography is a systematic study of populations, and there are two types of demography: social demography and formal demography. So today we will learn some of the common concepts and the indicators of this demography. So let us start the class. The first one is age structure. So what this age structure is? As we know, in the society there are populations are there. This population, again, it is actually divided into various groups, especially it is in age groups. So age structures the proportion of persons of population in different age groups related to the total population. That means a portion of the populations will be studied or will be taken into considerations among the whole populations. It includes all age groups like children, youth and all people. So these age structures is not only, will be talking about only one small group of people or small age groups, not like this. All people also can be added in that age structures. So various age structures or various age group people are there in the society. So in demography, actually we make this division of the structures like those who are below 15 years of age will come to one category. Again, one more category is there, the group is there, which is which can be termed from 15 years to 64 years, and those who are above 64, again they will go to the other groups. So mostly one group we call as dependent, another one is working group of people. So dependent age groups are those age groups, those who fall under 15 years of age and above 64 years of age, whereas working class group of populations is from 15 to 64 years of age. Next one is birth rate, number of live births per 1000 populations for a given time period and for a particular place. So birth rates is calculated on the basis of 1000 populations. So that means total 1000 population will be studied for a given time. Okay, so that is number of live births. So how many live births are there among these 1000 populations in a given time? That means it's specified some time is there. Okay, maybe in 1 year you can consider, and for a particular place. It is not that we'll take 10 people from this area and 10 people from other area and 100 people from other area, not like that. Okay, so within a given area or a particular place we'll select, and then this birth rate will be studied. So number of live births per 1000 population for a given time period and for a particular place. So we have to study it per 1000 populations. Death rate almost same, just opposite to the birth rate, it is number of death per 1000 populations. So in the birth rate it was number of live births, okay, but here it was number of live births, but here you can see death rate is number of death per 1000 population. That means this 1000 population will remain same. So 1000 population for a given time period and for a particular place. That means area and the time remain same, only the difference is death and the birth. So death rate will be death per 1000. So it will be easy for us if it's come in the exam also to write. Death rate will be number of death per 1000 populations, and in birth rate number of live births per 1000 populations. So it will be easy for us. Okay. Next one is density of populations. So what is the density of populations? So density of population, directly we can say that number of people living 1 square kilometer of land. Okay, so in 1 square kilometer how many people are living? So if we elaborate it and say number of people occupying a certain area and their ratio in any country, region or state. So in simple term we can say number of people living on 1 square kilometer of land. Next, dependency ratio. So what is the dependency ratio? As I have already mentioned, so our age groups or the age structures we have seen, the population is divided into two groups. So in the dependency ratio also we can find there are two groups of people are there. One group of people, those who are called the dependent populations, those who are below 15 years and above 64 years. That means these group of people are not actually fit to do some work, okay, especially those who are below 15, they are we consider them as a children, okay, so they are not matured enough to do some work, so that is why we call them as dependent. That means they will be depending on some other people, those who will be working. And again on the other hand, above 64 years of age, we call or we consider them as old, okay, and we do not think that they can do some work and all, so we consider them also dependent. That means they will also be dependent on the working class group of people. So who are working class group of people? So our working class group of people from 15 to 64, okay, those people, those who are 15 to 64 years of age, they are called as a working class group of people. So if any of the country, if working group of populations are more, so it is a kind of demographic dividend. That means they can work more, people will be less to eat, and there will be more hands to do work. Understand? In one family, if there are 5 family members are there in one family, and only one children and one old person is there, or 2 dependent people are there, and 3 working class group of people are there, what will happen? The 3 person will have income, and only the 2 persons will eat. Eat means all will eat, but they will be depending on the other group of people, okay, other people, other 3 members of the family. That means they can earn more money, they can utilize this money, they can save it. Whereas if you consider one more family, they are also having 5 members in their family, but only one person is working. That means they fall only in one person are falling under this 15 to 64 years of age, okay, and rest all are either old or maybe children. So for him it will be a kind of pressure for him, okay, to earn more money, because only he will have to earn, he will be alone to earn and have to feed him also, even the 4 dependent people also he will have to feed, okay. Next, fertility rate. So fertility rate refers to the number of live births 1000 women in the childbearing age groups, usually taken to be 15 to 49 years of age. So refers to the number of live births. So how many live births are there per 1000 women. So everything actually you have to remember that it is considered always in 1000 population, 1000 women, everything is considering on this, calculating on the basis of the 1000, okay. So 1000 women in the childbearing age groups. So what is the age groups? That is from the 15 to 49 years of age. We consider them as means they can go for the child, they can they can go for the childbirths and all, okay, in these age groups. That is why considered as fertility rate. So where number of people, those who are 15 to 49, and number of live births per 1000 in the childbearing age groups, usually taken to be 15 to 49 years of age. So we have to remember it, okay. Infant mortality rate. So what is the infant mortality rate? Number of deaths of babies before the age of 1 year per 1000 live births. So if you consider here also, see 1000 again. So everywhere this 1000 is there, okay. So 1000 is very much crucial. Every time we have to remember, whatever it is there, we have to remember this 1000. So infant mortality rate, number of deaths of babies. That means if any babies died before they reach the age of 1 year, will be considered as the infant mortality rate, okay. So how many babies are dying among this 1000 populations, okay, among this 1000 live births, it will be called as the infant mortality rate. Okay, understand? Next, life expectancy. So it refers to the estimated number of years that an average person is expected to survive. So as we know, in the earlier society, or in a maybe like 20, 30 or 50 years back, the medical facility was not so improved. But now we have improved medical facilities. So what is the difference here? Why I am saying about this medical facility? It's this life expectancy depend on this medical facility, how we can treat the people. Earlier, for simple reason, simple like sickness and all, no? Many people dies. But nowadays it's not like that. Very good medical facility is there, medicine is there, other kind of treatments are there. So we can cure many of the people. So those who are falling sick, they will be cured. That means earlier average persons maybe were dying at the age of 50. Now the average age or the life expectancy or the average persons can survive maybe 60 or 70. So whatever it is going on now. So if the medical facility improved, the life expectancy will also be improved. So in every country, this life expectancy is now improving. So life expectancy, that means an average persons, it's not that a person cannot die before the age of that. Okay, if you consider 60 or the 70 is the life expectancy, so we cannot like consider that no one can die before the age of 60 or 70. It's not like that. This is an average. Maybe one person can die at the age of 20, one person can die at the age of 90, 100. So if like many people will be there, okay, when we calculate all the age when they have died, when and we make an average, then only we can find this life expectancy. Okay. Then the next one is maternal mortality rate. Just maternal mortality rate is also just almost same like infant mortality rate. So number of women who die in childbirth per 1000 live births. So during the childbirth, if any of the women die per 1000 live births, it will be considered a maternal mortality rate. So maternal mortality rates will also be calculated on the basis of 1000 live births. So 1000 is very much important. Once again, 1000. Okay. So we have to remember it. Next, negative growth rate. What is the negative growth rate? Growth rate means if two persons are there and if they have two children, that means growth rate is equal or it is stabilized. Two persons, husband and wife, they have two children. That means it is not positive also, but zero. Okay. But if there is a husband and wife and if they have three children, that means it is a positive growth rate. It is not negative but positive. That means two person will have three children. So one extra is there. That means it's a positive. But if you take it as a negative growth rate, that means two persons will have only 1 or 1.5, 1.9, 1.8 like that. If it is there, then we can consider it as a negative growth rate. So this happens when fertility levels are below replacement level. Replacement level means husband and wife, if they can replace two children, it is same, okay, equal. Some of the states are there like Kerala, the fertility rate has gone down like 1.7 like that. Okay. So some of the areas are there again in Uttar Pradesh and all, you will find the fertility rate is more, maybe more than 2. So we have to see the average. Negative means when fertility rate goes below 2, it is a negative growth rate, and if it is go above 2, then it is called as a positive growth rate. Rate of natural increase or growth rate of population. So what is the natural increase? This refers to the difference between the birth rate and the death rate. So when we birth rate and the death rate, if there is a birth is 10 and the death is 9, that means it is a natural increase. So one person is increase in the population. If there are 10 birth and if there is a 11 death, that means it's a negative growth rate of populations. So it is a very much natural way this increase will be there, rate of natural increase. Just we will find a difference between the birth and the death rate. Okay. Then the next one is replacement level. So what is the replacement level? Already I have told replacement level, that means if two person died and if these two person if they have children, two children, that means they can replace their parents. That means the difference is 0. When the difference is 0, then we say that the population has stabilized. That means it is stabilized. In every couple, if they have two children, that means the replacement level will be 0. So it is stabilized. For health risk, the replacement level, which is the rate of growth required for new generation to replace the older ones that are dying out. So those who are dying out, they need to be replaced by their children, the new generations. If the people, those who are dying, if it is equal to the new new babies, newborn babies, no, if it is equal, that means they can replace the older populations. So this is called the replacement level. So that means it should be replaced, then only we can get the population is 0. If it is below, if 2% died and only 1% there is a birth is to 1%, that means it's a negative, okay, it is not replaced. But if it is more also, then also it is not 0. So what is the replacement level? We can find out by seeing the date and the birth rate. Sex ratio. Number of women per 1000 men of men populations. That means number of women, how many women are there per 1000 men, then only we can find the sex ratio. So mostly we find that the sex ratio is actually below. That means per 1000 men there are less number of women are there, okay. So it is actually it's a concern for us. We have to think about that. There are many reasons are there why there is a declining sex ratio. So that one we will discuss later on in the different topic, okay. We have one more topic is there, we will discuss on that. So just I am saying, if you can find out some of the reasons why there is a declining sex ratio, that means why women's populations are less than the men populations. So what are the reasons? So you can find out, okay. Next, total fertility rate. So what is the total fertility rate? We have already learned about the fertility rate. So what is the total fertility rate? So number of children born up to childbearing years of a woman, okay. So that means if the woman give birth or if the woman die and all, no, but it will be considered if this woman survived and if she could give birth from 15 to 49, how many children or how many population will be there, no, like a hypothetical. So that is called the total fertility rate. So these were the common concepts and the indicators. I hope you have understand. If you have any problem and if you have any of the topic that you have not understand, you can just write to me. I'll try to elaborate once again. Thank you.